Probably should have just watched the video. Hey, y'all, I'm back again. I think we're at the stage to do the moisturizer. It depends on what recipe you look at. You've got to melt them in a double boiler, so that's why I'm back so fast. And I was like, well, why am I don't, mine's already melted. But then some of them tells you to put them back in the refrigerator and solidify them. And some of them says slightly solidify them. So I'm not even sure what that means. So I'll show you what about this. I already had to, uh, while you've got it melted, if you're going to use it for moisturizer, that's when you would add, you do need something else. I said you just needed, um, the, the rendered fat, but you need more. You need either jojoba, rosehip, olive oil, just so they say it beats up faster or smoother or whatever. And I used olive oil. To a cup, I used 4 tablespoons. And then you're supposed to let it don't make sense to me. So, I mean, you melt it and then turn around, slightly solidify it. And that, I'm assuming would y'all call that slightly solidified? Because it's not hard. And I'll show you the rest of it. We did it a second time. And then this is what I've got. So if that don't whip up right, we'll turn around and pour some more up that's melted. Because these are still, they haven't solidified. So we got this much out of it. I got two and almost to half of the bigger jars. And then I had 2 of these. And all these I can use for cooking. And then this, I'm just letting solidify like that. And once it gets real hard, because it's not real hard yet, I'll cut it up more like, into squares and wrap it in some saran wrap and have it that way. So I have it put up like 2 different ways. Now we're going to see what happens. After you've added your oil, now if you were going to add essential oils, this is where you would have actually done it when you did the olive oil, when it's already melted. I'm just going to dump this over. You're supposed to just dump it over into a mixer. Let's move this. I find with this mixer it's hard to get your stuff in it when you've got the... So we'll try this, and then if it don't whip up right, I'll try it from... But if it's liquid, then that's not slightly solidified. So I don't really know what they mean by that. I should have watched the video first. Huh? But we're going to all do it. First time for me, anyway, together. And I was tempted, I don't know if I know it y'all too far, to go ahead and put some lavender drops in it, just cause. And I just might. Well, it's messy to work with, I'll tell you that. That fat everywhere. You need some good hot water and Dawn to cut it too. All right, that might be kind of loud, y'all. I almost just did this with I guess I'll turn it to about medium. We just let it, I guess, whip up until it, like a moisturizer. It turned out really pretty though. It's really pretty. This is starting to get a little bit solid in the bottom of it. So when you think about it that way, it's a bargain because for $22, I got all that oil that I can cook with, and then I'm going to have moisturizer that I can use. And I am going to drop. Now, most of them do like 10, 25 drops, something like that. I ain't going to do all that. I'm going to drop a couple of drops of this lavender down in there because it does smell like cooking oil. So let me clean up this spatula that way I don't have that old. Because I can see it starting to work. Y'all can y'all tell that it's starting to whip up? It's just going to take a minute. Sure, that's annoying for y'all's ears, but I don't know what else to do. I could walk away from it, I guess. With the microphone, covering my mic up. Let me wipe off this spatula over here. Yeah, just seeing, this is one of those things I saw, and I thought, I've had such dry skin this winter that this just seemed like a really good idea. And it says, now I don't know what they mean in this form. I'll have to look that back up and I'll put it in the description of the video. But it says that it's good for eczema, if you have eczema. So I don't know if they, I don't know that they mean the moisturizer. Maybe they do. Or if they mean just, straight up using it once it solidifies and it's more like a Crisco type texture by then. Says it's good for anti-inflammatory. I think that just means the beef tallow itself. Oh, it's kind of getting really freaky in there. Can y'all see that good? I'm on my phone. I think that I can mop the ceiling. Good Lord, y'all. Hang on. I'm trying to zoom it. Y'all can really see how fluffy that's getting. It's working. It's just having to... Is it not? I was worried about that just annoying y'all. But I wanted to get to see the process. I mean, think about it. For $22 for that pint, if I've got all that to cook with, because the other day when I looked, and I'm sure it ain't as healthy, but I don't use a ton of oil. That olive oil I bought was $22 for a jar, well, I can't show y'all that big. And I've got pretty much 3 of those jars. More than that, because I've got that in the pie plate solid, and we've used a jar of it making moisturizer. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep beating it, if it's just keep, because they don't tell you that. It just says till it's fluffy. And it's really getting fluffy down in the bottom. I just don't want to quit, if it would quit, if it would keep it expanding. So I'm just going to see if I can read some of y'all's comments. This is, so it's, what are you cooking? It's moisturizer out of beef tallow. I started with beef fat this morning. So there's going to be like 3 parts to the video. I'll go back and put part 1, part 2, part 3. And this will be the last part of it. We did a video when we were doing that second straining, and then my phone cut off again. That's the way that works sometimes. You'll think you got everything just so. But we took it out of the crock pot, we strained it again, but this time I put it over into batter bowls so I could pour it up into those jars a lot easier. And we waited this time until it cooled before we handled it. I mean, it was still liquid, but it was a lot cooler. It is still kind of flipping up. I think that might be the extent of it. What do y'all think? Can you see down in there really good? I'm really excited about this because that's what I wonder though. I didn't pay attention. I'll have to go look that up. I don't have my other phone in here, I don't think. I'm wondering, after we've made it into the moisturizer, does it have to be refrigerated? Or can you leave it on your countertop, so you can use it every morning or every night? I would think you could just leave it on your countertop. And I guess doing this keeps it from solidifying, like Crisco. Because you can tell this that I've put over in this pie pan is just going to solidify like hard Crisco. And then I can just make it in pieces of butter shaped or something. The truth is, I was going to use this for my face, and then I realized that I had to put the oils in there while it was liquid but not hot. So I ended up using one of the jars that was still liquid and thought, well, I'll just use that like with butter or something. or just put it up that way. It's still fluffing up. It is. There's more accumulating in the bottom. It's probably about that deep now. It didn't. I didn't bring my other phone. I don't know. It was always in here. I don't know why it's not coming up. Let's see. Anyway, I hope I'm not boring y'all with this. I just thought it was interesting. I thought, well, if it really works, and it is, I was hoping it would beef up a little more because I would really like to be able to use it like lotion on your body. But that would require a lot of it, I imagine. But someone could really use something good for his hands too. I usually use that Eucerin, I think it's called. I'm curious. Let's get a little bit of it off and see what it's like. Well, that thing feels hot. So, it's very light. Well, I got that so close up I can't tell what I'm doing on camera. Oh my goodness, y'all, that feels like shaving cream. It feels just like shaving cream. And I guess that's all there is to it. I wonder if I need a little more. I don't guess so. I guess that's supposed to, the way it's supposed to be if you look at it. So I said this is my first time making it. I can see where they say if you've got acne, if you have oily skin, it would be something you wouldn't want to use. But I can tell you right now, that right there is going to keep my skin so much smoother than anything else I could have put on it at home because it is oily. And it almost feels like, even after purifying it, it almost feels like it's exfoliating. Like you can feel, and there's no salt in this. Now, you can put salt in it for that reason if you want to. I mean, it's hard to describe. It almost feels grainy, but it's not. It goes right into your skin. But now it is greasy on your hand. But I bet you it will be very healing, and I could use it at this time of year. I think it'll be great. And what I want it for, no joke. Now, most people would drop dead and say, if you have a greasy face, I would never do this. But this is exactly what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to use it right. Well, I don't want to be that close up on camera. Let's fix that a little bit. Now my hands won't work. I know I got the doggone thing. I might have to let me clean my hands off and see why I can't get it to retract back. Okay, go back. Go back. Would you cooperate? Well, y'all, what if I don't think that helps? Nope. I don't know if it's a comment. Let me see if that helps. Lord, I can't even get the phone to fix. My hands ain't greasy no more. I didn't think. Well, that's a little bit too close. Let me fix it. Then I'll put that in a jar. But what I want to do, for real, we're going to try it. I don't need a lot. I'm going to put this right all over me. This is what we made it for. It is. I probably should have put my hair in my... I've got a little... I don't know you can watch me do a half a facial. Yeah, if I had oily skin, I would never do this. But I don't. I got super dry skin. And if it moisturizes it, it's worth a pimple. To me. Boy, am I dry. I'll be so greasy. Well, that'll be what it'll do. And I guess you could always just go wash it back off if you wanted to, you know. I would think. Yeah, I can see I'm gonna like this. I'll probably put some in my hair. My hair's so dry. See how dry my hair is. I'm telling you, I use that olive oil that you buy and you just spray on your hair. And I could use it for 2 weeks. Solid. And I would never. That is amazing. Well, let me show y'all one more time and then I'll put some of it back. But look how that's whipped up. It's just like almost like whipped cream. I'm gonna let it run a little bit more, and then I'm gonna rub this on my neck right there, and then I'm gonna let y'all go, and I'm gonna put it in these mason jars behind me, and I'm gonna eat supper with my whole greasy self, y'all. It's like getting a facial. You can smell it, you know that it's beef tallow, but now with that lavender in it, it's not nearly. I don't smell it nearly as bad. It's actually pretty good. I don't know how I'm gonna mash this with these greasy hangers because I'll reach behind me to grab a. That is just so pretty. Let me show y'all one more time. Really is amazing how it whips up pretty like that. And if you had some like maybe rose, probably good for your lips too. What do you call it? Rose essential oils. I bet that would be super good. See if I can pull it in now. See how pretty that is whipping up. To focus. Now then. Isn't that beautiful? I'm really happy with it. I'm gonna find me some jars to put it in. I guess to put it in this, but I may find me something else to put it in. I think for some reason there's some little tiny jelly jars around here somewhere. I don't remember if I've seen them in the back at Tammy's or if I've seen them in Daddy's cart. But I know there's some around. I'm going to look for those first. And if I can't find them, then I'll put them in this. So I think it would fill up this one mason jar. Pretty easy. Anyway. Now I'll go through that whole rigmarole and I've been able to get it back behind me. Let me go with my greasy up self. I'll see y'all tomorrow maybe.